trying to think. Can you remember? Low Sunday, when does that come? It's not between Christmas and New Year's, is it?
No.
I think it's actually Easter sometimes.
Yes, yeah.
Low Sunday, but there we go. So it's not Low Sunday this morning, so there's no excuses for joining in the worship. We had a very busy and exciting Christmas. Did you all have a good time?
Yeah.
Looking forward to a blessed, happy New Year. And what we'll do first is very quickly get Alison to come and notice that Jermaine's the new year, if you haven't seen yet already on the contact.
You're on the contact group messenger.
I've posted notice about it doing 21 days prayer and fasting for the first 21 days of January, from the 1st to the 21st. Already 3 people have signed up, and we have a calendar that you can write your names into. You can sign up breakfast, lunch, evening meal, or a whole day. If you want to, your choice. Now, I know some people have difficulties able to give up food because they have to keep a regular intake to keep their blood sugars in the right place. There are other things you can do. You might give up a favourite food that you don't necessarily need. You can give up watching the Coronation Street, that I've also discussed with somebody before. So there are things you can actually do to abstain from something in your daily life and dedicate that time praying. So you can do it however you like. The calendar is at the back on the desk there, so you can put your name in as appropriate. And out here on the floor we have a big sheet. And I thought that during the worship, or even now at the beginning, if there's something that weighs on your mind is something you'd like to pray about this new year, this is the opportunity to share that with everybody. So we actually have a focus for things we want to pray for as a church. One of the things that comes to mind for me is the future of this building. Might not be here forever, and we might need somewhere else to go. Also the future of the ministries within the church, as we lose people who've been very key to things that have gone on to this point. So there are lots of things. It might be health reasons, it might be something I can't even dream of. But the nation, state of the nation, 56 wars going on in the world at the moment. There are lots of things to pray about, but I want the Lord to motivate you to the thing that He wants you to pray about. Because if you pray about what He wants you to pray about, that focus will be enabled by Him, by His Spirit. So this is it, 21 days of fasting, starting on the 1st of January, finishing at the end of the 21st of January. And if we leave this here, we also have a place to put down answers, or things that the Lord has reminded us of, or scriptures the Lord has given us to renew our hope. So this is going to be a working sheet. It's a sheet to put down things that we believe we need to pray about, and also to add to it things that you believe the Lord is saying to encourage one another. Any questions? Everybody really happy about that? Do you want to add anything?
I think some use reminder for saying. So I think also, like, it's something that you struggle with a little. Doing his account well for when you're doing it well. It's also good. So don't I just suggest do with me. I don't know what I was trying to take it over, but I would say just because somebody else is doing a slot, doesn't mean anything. So
fast every day for 21 days.
If you want to do a Daniel fast, go without meat, coffee, tea, alcohol, just have fruit and veg, grain, the whole of the 21 days, which is something I often do in January myself anyway. You could do that. It means you're not going to go hungry, but you are going without.
This, I'm not trying to over boast about myself because of my healthy CBT issues. I'm a period of 40 days of what I call semi. Just an alternative way to do. So I very carefully monitor how many calories inside generally only taking food, therefore everything out. So you can do it. That's still fasting. You can do it in various different ways. So don't.
You don't have to do that just giving up food.
No, exactly. There are lots of different ways. So I know every day that things I need to exist, but I'm still taking today 1,200 calories worth of food. I'm fasting. So it's there's lots of different ways to do it. Just find a way to do it.
And if you want to discuss the options, then we're open to you talking about
things that you might possibly do if you are interested in taking part.
Thank you.
People in the world turn over new leaves, don't they, and make resolutions as year is coming up. It was a good time, I think, to actually take stock, do a bit of a spiritual inventory. Remember, the point of fast is to make more space for prayer and to remind your body that there's something more important than fulfilling its desires. That we're here to fulfill the desires of the Lord and to serve Him in our bodies. And I'd also say it's a good time to re-investigate your spiritual disciplines: prayer, fasting, reading the Word, and worship. Yeah, remember that we're all called to worship, to surrender our bodies as living sacrifices. Okay, if you'd like to turn with me to Psalm 37, and there's going to be a theme running through the service this morning, which tying to the Word. We're going to be looking at Isaiah 34, 35, but the theme also is about the future. And as we come to a new year, we can be reflecting on what's gone on in the past, things we're going to leave behind, and move forward into the future without. But also that sort of anticipation maybe of stepping off into the unknown a little bit. But this fundamentally, this psalm talks about really that you've only got two choices. You've got two choices. You can choose life, choose God and serving Him, or you can choose go your own way. But in fact, you're choosing death and being enslaved and Satan. Okay. So that's the picture that we're coming at this morning, and it's reflected in our study a bit later on when we get to Isaiah 34 and 35. Well, I'm going to read this. I'll try and restrain myself from making too much comment, because the comment will come later in the service. Okay, so. Fret not yourself because of evildoers. Be not envious of wrongdoers, for they will soon fade like the grass and wither like the green herb. My Bible titled Wisdom of an Aged Man, and it's a Psalm of David. It's interesting, isn't it? Trust in the Lord and do good, so you will dwell in the land and enjoy security. To hear that? About the future. Trust in the Lord and do good. What's the benefit of that? Yeah, so that you will dwell in the land and enjoy security. Yeah? Take delight in the Lord, and He will give you the what? The desires of your heart. First, take the delight in the Lord. The Bible's full of promises, but some promises God are conditional. You've got to fulfill the condition in order to obtain the promise. And here's a couple of them that we've just looked at. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in Him, and He will act on your behalf. He will bring forth your vindication as the light, and your right as the noonday. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Fret not yourself over him who prospers in his way, over the man who carries out evil devices. Refrain from anger, forsake wrath. Fret not yourself, it tends only to evil. You're one of these people that tends to worry and look out at everybody else. Magnify your own problems. Like they don't the Lord, they're doing horrible things, how well they're prospering. Yeah. Look at me, I'm trying my best to do what the Lord has, and I've got this problem and I've got that problem. No. about those things. Jesus said, sufficient are the cares of the day, didn't he? Trust your way to the Lord. That's what David's encouraging us here.
Yet a little while, he goes on to say, the wicked will be no more. Though you look well at his place, he will not be there. But the meek shall possess the land and delight themselves in abundant prosperity. It's meek, not
weak. Did you catch that? The meek are those who commit their way to the Lord and pursue him with strength.
Wicked plots against the righteous, gnashes his teeth at them, but the Lord laughs at the wicked, for he sees that his day is coming. Wicked draw the sword and bend their bows to bring down the poor and needy. The ones who wicked are the ones who prey on other people. To slay those who walk uprightly, their sword shall enter their own heart, and their bow shall be broken. Better is a little that the righteous has than the abundance of many wicked. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholds the righteous. The Lord knows the days of the blameless, and their heritage will abide forever. They are not put to shame in evil times. The days of famine they have abundance. But the wicked perish. The enemies of the Lord are like the glory of the pastures. They vanish like smoke, they vanish away. Wicked borrows, cannot pay back, but righteous is generous and gives. For those blessed by the Lord shall possess the land. Those cursed by him shall be cut off. On and on it goes. Read the end of the chapter.
I don't want to keep reading, but there's a contrast being drawn here by David. Those that trust the Lord will be blessed. Those that go their own way will reap what they sow.
Let's worship
the Lord.
Thank you for his many blessings. I'd like to stand, we're going to sing, I will sing
of your great love. I will
stand in wonder of what you've done in this life.
With my song testify, I will live and not die to declare,
Lord, you
are good.
I will sing of your great love. I will stand in wonder of what you've done in this life. With my song testify, I will live and not die to declare. I will sing of your great love. I will stand in wonder of what you've done in this life. With my song testify, I will live and not die to declare. Lord, you are good, and I will sing. Your mercy endures, it's everlasting. Lord, you are good, and I will sing a song of worship. Lord, you are worthy to receive dominion and power, honor and majesty. Lord, you are good, and I will sing of your great love. I will sing of your mercy, I will sing of your love, I will sing of your tenderness, and tell the wonders of. I will sing of your goodness, I will sing of your grace, I will sing of your holiness, in melodies of praise. I will sing of your mercy, I will sing of your love, I will sing of your tenderness and tell the wonders of. I will sing of your goodness, I will sing of your grace, I will sing of your holiness in melodies of praise. Lord, you are good, and I will sing. Your mercy endures, it's everlasting. Lord, you are good, and I will sing a song of worship. Lord, you are worthy to receive dominion and power, honor and majesty. Lord, you are good, and I will sing of your great love. I will sing of your great love. I will stand in wonder of what you've done in this life. With my song testify, I will live and not die to declare. Lord, you are good, and I will sing. Your mercy endures, it's everlasting. Lord, you are good, and I will sing a song of worship. Lord, you are worthy to receive dominion and power, honor and majesty. Lord, you are good, and I will sing of your great love.
We worship you this morning, Lord. We sing of your mercy and your love.
You're
great and
Great.
greatly to be praised. Hallelujah. Thank you.
When we
When
choose
you,
you,
we choose life. You give
Life,
life, you are love.
you bring
You
your
bring your
light.
light into our darkness, and you give us hope, and you restore all our hearts, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. We worship you. We give you honor and praise.
You give life, you are love, you bring light to the darkness, you give hope, you restore every heart that is broken. And great are you, Lord. You give life, you are love, you bring light to the darkness, you give hope, you restore every heart that is broken. And great are you, Lord. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise, we pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise to your name. And all the earth will shout your praise, our hearts will cry, these bones will sing. Great are you, Lord. And all the earth will shout your praise, our hearts will cry, these bones will sing. Great are you, to the darkness you give hope. You restore every heart that is broken. Great are you, Lord. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise. We pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise to you only. And all the earth will shout your praise. Our hearts will cry, these bones will sing. Great are you, Lord. And all the earth will shout your praise. Our hearts will cry, these bones will sing. Great are you, Lord. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise. We pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise to you only. Where would I run but to the throne of mercy? Where would I kneel at this cross of praise? How great the love, how strong the hand that holds us. Beautiful, so beautiful. So here I bow to lift you high. Jesus, be glorified in all things. For all my life I am yours, forever yours. There is a King who bore the scars of healing. There is a Son who came in grace and truth. How great the love that carries us to kindness. Wonderful, so wonderful. So here I bow to lift you high. Jesus, be glorified in all things. forever yours. Oh, dear love, be lifted high, right here and now, be glorified. God of heaven and earth, God who brought me back to life, I am yours, forever yours. I am yours, forever yours.
Those are hard words to sing.
I'm yours, forever yours. In every aspect of our lives,
Lord,
may we be
forever yours.
whatever life brings,
may we be forever yours.
whatever distractions come, whatever temptations come, may we be
forever yours, and may you be the centre. Maybe you be the centre of our lives, of our church, of our experiences,
of our communities, of our families.
Lord,
may we be demonstrating to the light and the salt that emanates from our lives that we are yours.
Beautiful Lord, wonderful Savior, I know for sure all of my days are held in your hand, crafted into your perfect plan. You gently call me into your presence, guiding me by your Holy Spirit. Teach me, dear Lord, to live all of my life through your eyes. I'm captured by your holy calling. Set me apart. I know you're drawing me to yourself. Lead me, Lord, I pray. Take me, mold me, use me, fill me. I give my life to the potter's hands. Hold me, guide me, lead me, walk beside me. I give my life to the potter's hands. Beautiful Lord, wonderful Savior, I know for sure all of my days are held in your hand, crafted into your perfect plan. You gently call me into your presence, guiding me by your Holy Spirit. Teach me, dear Lord, to live all my life through your lead, guide me, lead me, walk beside me. I give my life to the Father's hands.
Yes, Lord, thank you that you're well able to keep that which we entrust to you, even our lives. Lord, we place in your hands again this morning, Lord. Lord, thank you that you've taken thought for our future and that your plans for us are for our good, to give us a future and a hope. Lord, we worship you and praise you. We trust ourselves into your hands afresh this morning. Lead and guide us, Lord, we pray. May we be like clay in your hands, ever pliant, ever responsive to your touch. We ask it for your glory's sake. In Jesus' name. Amen. There's no Sunday school this morning. Oh, just one. Okay, it's good.
Yeah, you've got private tuition this morning, Ellie, 1-to-1.
How exciting.
Yeah, Lord, just ask bless Ellie
and Laura as they do Sunday school. May they have a good time in your presence. We ask it in Jesus' name. Amen.
Okay, if you'd like to turn with us in Bibles to Isaiah 34. I'm going to try and be a bit ambitious
this morning. Do I do 2 chapters at once?
But getting to a turning point in the book, really. So these 2 chapters continue in prophecy, but the following couple of chapters become history. But actually, the book combines what has been spoken of beforehand by God, and then it's some of the fulfillment
of the book that was
imminent at the time of Isaiah. And we've already quoted Jeremiah this morning, and we have to remind ourselves that Micah, Jeremiah, and even Ezekiel were speaking things that say to these scriptures. So it wasn't just Isaiah on his own. Isaiah had confirmation. Prophet, true prophet, is known by the fact that what they say comes true, and that it's confirmed by other prophets. Now that was sometimes a problem for those in Israel, because the prophets, false prophets, were tended to confirm one another as well. Are you following me? But here, what we're reading about by Jeremiah, and it's about having a future and a hope. Okay, in the face of judgment, having a future and a hope. In fact, the whole book's been about that, really, hasn't it? Okay, but we could typify these two verses, these two chapters, in a contrast. Chapter 34, that's about judgment, or the curse is probably a better term to talk about. It's a curse. Okay, judgment is a curse, and it's brought about basically because there is this universal law that you reap what you sow. Are you following me so far? Are you with me? Right. So that's chapter 34, but it also picks up on this idea of recompense. Now there are 3 R's in these 2 chapters that you need to pay attention to. 3 words beginning R's. We're doing a bit of alliteration this morning as well. Help you remember it. And in chapter 34, verse 8, and then in chapter 35, verse 4, we get this word recompense. In other words, payback. That's what Psalm 37 was about, wasn't it? This payback. What you reap, what you sow. If you reap to evil, to wickedness, then you can expect, sow to evil or wickedness, you can expect to wickedness. Okay. And that, there's a word for that, it's called recompense. It comes back to you. I'm not going to go into what other religions call it, but various other religions call it karma. You reap what you sow. It comes back to you. That's the point. Jesus put it like this: cast your bread upon the waters, and after many days it will return to you. Pressed down, shaken together, and run over. Now, Jesus wasn't talking about money. He was talking about your attitude to life, the way you treat other people, the way you comport yourself every day. If you walk around with a frown on your face and you're miserable and you have a go at everybody who crosses you, then you can expect that that's pretty much how you're going to be treated. But if you are the person who goes around and offers a helping hand, who opens a door for people, who smiles, at every given opportunity, who looks for the good, who tries to bless other people, then you'll find it coming back to you. That's just the way it is. Okay. But here we're talking more about nations and eternal consequences. Okay, so bear that in mind. I'm going to give you the other 2 R words, actually 3. The first one's recompense. Look out for that as we read it. And the other 2 are redeemed and ransomed. The redeemed are those who've been ransomed. Okay? Pardon? The redeemed are those who've been ransomed. Okay? In other words, somebody's ransomed when you make a payment for them. Yeah. So if you were kidnapped, the kidnappers would demand a ransom. And once that ransom would be paid and you were released, you would be the redeemed. That making sense? Okay. So bear that in mind. Now what's going to happen on a major scale? It's not going to be a kidnap. It's going to be an invasion. And when the Assyrians invade, what they did was they took a whole group of people, they took them out of the country they originated in this case, Israel, and they transplanted them. They took them on a journey and put them somewhere else in their empire. And where they put them, they took people from that part of the empire and put them in Israel. And they did it as a strategy to keep them enslaved. At a certain point, God is saying that a whole group of people that's happened to will be redeemed. That's the promise of blessing up ahead, the future and the hope. Are you following me? But in a sense, that's only a picture of what Jesus will do. Remember, intertwined all the way through Isaiah is this picture of Jesus. And actually, although his name doesn't appear here in any way, shape, or form, these two chapters are about Jesus. Okay? Because Jesus was cursed at the cross. Pardon? Jesus was cursed at the cross. All the anger and wrath of God against sin was poured out on Jesus. There was a recompense for our sin. That was poured out upon Jesus. The judgment that we deserve was poured out upon Jesus. In other words, he paid the price. He paid our ransom. And the justice of God was satisfied. No one, no human being, no spiritual entity could point the finger at God and said, you have one law for one and one law for another. Remember, the devil tried that a few times with various people. Yeah, thinking about Job here. Remember the devil's accusation in the courtroom of heaven. Job only loves you because you bless him. He's only serving you. Yeah, he's playing the slot machine game. He's putting the coin in the slot. He's trying to gain your favour. He's just doing that so you'll keep blessing him. But God knows that's not the case. God knows that Job's love is genuine. He says, well, all right, then you put that love to the test, devil. With me? You put that love to the test, of course. Everything, all the trappings of blessing are taken away, his family and all that sort of stuff. And it looks like he's the most accursed man. He's lying there, sores covering his body and all the rest of it. Curse God and die is the temptation, isn't it? But he refuses. All his friends are telling you, you must have done something really terrible for God to visit this judgment upon you. Yeah? To visit this recompense for your sin upon you. But Job is blameless. But he does all that, doesn't he? Yeah. And in the end, God vindicates, gives him everything back double. Oh, outgive God. But this is the picture we get it, isn't it? Okay? There is a recompense for the wicked. There is a recompense, and it is visited in judgment. And our recompense has been visited in judgment upon Jesus. He has paid the ransom, he's received all the wrath of God, and now we go free. We are the redeemed of the Lord. Because he paid the price for our sin. We go free. We are the ransom, the redeemed of the Lord. When we read this chapter, Jesus is here. Jesus is here in the midst of these things. Other things going on too, but I've summarised up for you the curse. Blessing Jesus became a curse in order that we might be blessed. In effect, what we are doing is we are reaping what Jesus sowed. He sowed a sinless, spotless life in order that we might be redeemed. In order that we might avoid that judgment and punishment that we deserve. It's all here foretold in these verses, and see it played out in ancient days. More or less done the sermon. You'll be pleased about that. And we'll just read through it and make some comments on it. But hopefully you begin to see. And it says, in my Bible, it said in chapter 34, the destruction of the nations who are enemies of God. That's the other thing Jesus does for us. Once we were enemies, under judgment, but now, through Jesus, we've received blessing and become friends. We're able to sing that song, I am a friend of God. Jesus said, I no longer call you servants, I call you friends. Anyway, let's get into it a little bit. Draw near, O nations, to hear, and hearken, O people. Okay, God's not keeping these things hidden. He's revealing them through the voice of the prophet, letting us know in no uncertain terms that we have a choice to make. Every man and woman has a choice to make. It's God's encouragement to us. As we read this, we need to remember it, because sometimes it can seem a bit doom and gloom when we read these prophetic judgments. God's heart is that we'll choose Him. That we'll choose through our free will to love Him and go His way. But it's our choice. And He makes these things clear. He's revealed it through His word so that we'll make wise choices. So we'll avoid that wide path that leads to destruction. We'll follow the narrow path that leads to life. Is this making sense? God is not hiding these things away. He makes it clear over and over and over again through multiple voices. This book, 66 books, multiple voices. Yeah, across generations, across 4,000 years of history. God is speaking and trying his best to break into our hearts and minds and encouraging us to respond to Him, because we are agents of free will. Are you following me? That's it. That's one of the ways we're made in the image of God. We have a free will. God has chosen in His faithfulness to be bound to His word. Free will. He wants us to follow that example and be faithful to Him and to choose Him and to remain faithful all the days of our lives. Okay. Well, I've got to start reading. Draw near, O nations, to hear, and hearken, O people. First of all, this message is universal. It applies to everybody. Every child, man, woman has ever lived. This message here applies to, take action here, across all generations, and every person has got the same choice. Either to love and serve God or go their own way. And fall into the slavery to Satan. You know, you've heard me say it 100 times. One of my favourite quotes from that great album by Bob Dylan, So Twinkling. Yeah, you have to play that on LLR sometime. Yeah, and it may be the devil or it may be the Lord, but you're going to have to serve somebody. And that's what he's making clear here. He's saying, listen, everybody. And he's in Jerusalem, isn't he? But he's speaking to the nations. How many know that what happens in Israel, in Jerusalem, speaks to the nations? It's the central point in all history. It's the central point in all history. What happens there speaks to the nations. Here, Isaiah is speaking. Draw near, O nations, to hear. Hearken, O peoples. Let the earth listen. So it's not only people now, the whole of creation. Let all creation listen. Yeah. What does, I can't remember which gospel, I think it's Matthew. Jesus says, go into all the earth and preach the gospel to every creature. Oh, that's a challenge, isn't it? Not dolphin. You know what I mean? That's what God said. It's all encompassing. And His message is for everybody. Let the earth listen and all that fills it. There it is again, that confirmation. The world and all that comes from it. For the Lord is enraged against all the nations and is furious against all the hosts. Why is God angry? Because the nations have rejected Him. Pour out His love, His revelation, His compassion, but the nations still refuse to see. who he is and what he's done for them, still are rebellious and going their own way, lost in sin,
sickness and death due to the fall. Are you following me?
What was the fall an expression of? Free will. That's what it was. It's an expression of no, we're not going to listen to you, God. We're going to go our own way, do it our way. No, we want to listen to God. What all the songs were about. That's what Psalm 37 is about, putting our trust in the Lord. And he will secure our steps. Lead us into that future that is revealed through his word. Yeah. I've come to give you a future and a hope, says the Lord. Yeah. All the desires of your heart, said in Psalm 37, didn't it? Yeah. All those blessings. We will see more blessing as we come through. For the Lord is enraged against all the nations and furious against all their hosts. He has doomed them. He has given them over for slaughter. Their slain shall be cast out. The stench of their corpses shall rise. Mountains shall flow with their blood. All the hosts of heaven shall rot away. Skies roll up like a scroll. All their hosts shall fall. Leaves from the vine, like leaves falling from the fig tree. Okay. Just as the message of blessing is universal, so is the message of judgment universal. So is the message of blessing. Are you following me? Okay. So we see here, and it seems really harsh to us in this language. I almost feel like I've got to apologise. But this is the picture. If we just, if we use the human terms, okay. I'm taking the politics out of it, so hear what I'm saying here. When we look at a war like going on in the Ukraine or in Israel at the moment, and we see the horror what man does stand in the midst of that war, we often, what rises up in us is a demand for justice. We go, that should never happen. Whoever did that should punish. That's our response to horror. Now imagine God sitting in heaven, looking at his creation, seeing that millions and millions and billions of times over thousands and hundreds of thousands of years. So imagine how angry God must be at human behaviour. The awful picture of sin across thousands of years. And suddenly this stuff starts to come into perspective, doesn't it? At some point, we could wave out why, and people do, don't they? They often say to you when you witness to them, well, if God's such a loving God, why doesn't he do something about this? And then when God does do something, move in judgment, remove the people who've caused, bring them into the inheritance thing that they've asked for. Remember, they've asked for it. They have. Because of choices. God's warned them. This is the natural consequence of choice. You've asked for it, and I'll give it to you. I'll give you the desires of your heart. That works two ways, Not all the desires of your heart are good. Are they? You want to be careful about ruling your heart. Okay, that was for free. But there we go. God, is at work. And he's unrighteous of this bit that people get. We don't see the intents and purposes of men's hearts, but he does. He's seen them over and over again, and his judgment is that the heart of an unregenerate man or woman is evil beyond measure, and therefore deserves the recompense that you're asking for. Judgment. Wages of sin is death. But the free gift is eternal life. What death is separation from God forever. Separation from all that's good. Conscious separation from all that's good. And we get a flavour of not just a universal judgment of all the nations being involved here, and judgment is universal, but also we get a sense of that final judgment. God has moved in judgment throughout history as a warning, as an indication that this is what will happen. Are you following me? But there will be a final judgment when, as it says here, the earth will be rolled up like a scroll. And there'll need to be a new heaven and a new earth to accommodate ransom and the redeemed. Is this making sense to anyone? Yeah. Okay. So it says, all the hosts of heaven shall rot away, and the skies roll up like a scroll. It sounds like Revelation to me. All the hosts shall fall as leaves from the vine, like leaves falling from the fig tree. For my sword has drunk its fill in the heavens. Behold, it sends for judgment upon Edom. So we've gone from universal now to Edom, and Edom is a little country at this time, close to Israel, the borders of Israel, probably Jordan. Yeah. You with me? That's what it is. And Edom, interesting, because the origins of Edom are the same as the origins of Israel. So who is the progenitor of Edom? So, of Jacob. So God's saying it doesn't matter what your lineage is, what your relationship is, you're still going to come under judgment. Oh, and Edom's only a little small nation, one of the nations that's been most antagonistic towards Israel throughout its history. Okay. And God is saying, don't think that I'm going to overlook the little things by including it here. Yes, judgment is universal, but I'm not going to overlook the little things either. So what we do is, don't we? We, in terms of sin, we go, that's a really bad sin, and that's not too bad. I haven't done anything really bad, so I'm going to be all right. That's humanistic thinking. But the picture, one of the pictures of sin in the Bible is Jesus. Jesus said, a little leaven leavens the whole lump. You only need a bit of it, and it's going to cause you a problem. And here God's reminding us of that by introducing, we're talking about universal judgment, the switches to this little country standing nearby that's got a relationship with Israel, that's part of the family almost. God's saying, don't think just because you've got a relationship, don't think that because you go to church, you're part of the family, you think you're part of the family, that you're going to avoid the judgment. Oh, are you following me? What I'm looking for is total commitment. I'm looking for your love and your obedience. And it says, God's going to use this little country as an example. Behold, it descends for judgment upon Edom, upon the people I have doomed. The Lord has a sword, it is sated with blood, it is gorged with fat, with blood of lambs, goats, fat, kidneys. Okay. You need to catch this because this is difficult. And the key word for the Lord has a sacrifice in Bosra. That's the key issue, sacrifice. Okay. And here we're seeing Jesus again. The sacrifice for sin that is required. Here we see in Edom in the sacrifice for the nation's sin, as it were. Yeah? But it's not going to satisfy the Lord. There's only one sacrifice for sin that satisfies God's judgment. And that's Jesus on the cross. Because these are a sinless, spotless sacrifice. God's saying a sacrifice is required, but only the sacrifice that's acceptable to me, my son. Are you catching it? It's all here. And it says, for the Lord has a sacrifice, and the picture that on the mountain, the lamb caught in the thicket, and the response of Abraham is, the Lord himself will provide the sacrifice. Here it is. And it's the same here. All this blood not going to be sufficient.
Sacrifice for sin. Yeah, judgment is coming, but
Won't
it won't
take
take away the stain of sin.
Only
Only Jesus can take away the stain of sin.
the Lord has a
sacrifice.
great slaughter in the land of Eden. Wild oxen shall fall with them, the young steers with the mighty bulls. Their land shall be soaked in blood, and their soil made rich with fat. For the Lord has a day of vengeance. There it is again, a year of recompense.
For the cause of Zion.
Now, part of this recompense is for the Lord to
be seen as the righteous judge of all the earth.
by the people of Israel, by the nation,
standing by,
as well as principalities.
and powers. Are you following me?
Justice
Has
got
got to be seen to be done. Are you following me?
But the part of recompense is justice, so that no one can point the finger at God saying you're partial.
You treat other people better than you've treated me. No, he treats everyone the same. He shows no partiality at all. He makes clear what he's going to do, and he applies it justly and equally to all. No matter whether you're part of the family or whether you're not. Are you following me?
For the Lord has a day of vengeance. Judgment comes. That's what we say. David was saying. It's, you know, you might be looking around, you might be seeing all these wicked people seem to be getting away with the sin and all that stuff and debauchery and whatever else they do with life, getting away from God. They seem to be getting away with it. In fact, they seem to be prospering. They seem to be happier than I am. That's not the case. Because it's going to have a finite time
to run that lifestyle, and then it's going to stop, and judgment will have come.
heavy stuff,
Isn't it? Yeah.
Because what we're talking about is the difference in eternity. You live that way for so long, but be sure your sin will find you out. You're going to come home to roost and terminate in a judgment, a separation from all that is good
and all that is God. And that's what he's saying here.
There is a day, the Lord has a day, and he's earmarked. He knows when it's coming. We can't see it, the head VP, no man knows the day or the hour, but this universal judgment that will impact the whole earth is coming. You might see echoes of it in judgment coming on various peoples at various times throughout history, because God is trying to give us a warning, but there is one
coming that's going to
push us in
eternity, the new heaven and the new earth, where the redeemed and the ransomed will live, separated from all that is evil. They'll continue in consciousness, tormented by the fact that they missed the boat.
Okay, the Lord has a day of vengeance, a year of recompense for the daughters of Zion, and the streams of Eden shall be turned into pitch. Talking about a judgment on a nation now, and it's terrible. Her soil into brimstone, her land shall become burning pitch. This echoes of Sodom and Gomorrah. Night and day it shall not be quenched, its smoke shall go up forever. Now we're talking about an eternal judgment. Generation to generation shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. But the hawk and the porcupine shall possess it. The owl and the raven shall dwell in it. So formerly it was pastoral, beautiful countryside. But when the judgment of God comes upon it, it won't sustain anything but wildlife. It won't sustain people. It'll be ruinous. And not only that, it'll stay that way forever.
Until the new heaven and the new earth come. When
God
God utters judgment, it's
irrevocable.
It's final. Are you following me?
From generation to generation shall lie waste, none shall pass through it forever. The hawk and the porcupine shall possess it, the owl and the raven shall dwell in it. He shall stretch the line of confusion over it. The plummet of chaos over its nobles. And it doesn't matter what man does, how it tries to revive it, they can get out there, they can dig up, they can put irrigation in, whatever. It won't make any difference because they're contending against God and His word. Confusion will rule and reign. They shall name it no kingdom there, and all its princes shall be nothing. Thorns shall grow over its strongholds, nettles and thistles in its fortresses. It shall be the haunt of jackals, an abode for ostriches. The wild beasts shall meet with hyenas. Satan shall cry to his fellow. Yea, they shall be night haggalite, abide for herself a resting place. There shall the owl nest lay, and hatch and gather a young in a shadow. Yea, there shall the kites or the vultures be gathered, each one with a mate. See and read from the book of the Lord. Not one of these things shall be missing. None shall be without her mate. For the Lord, the mouth of the Lord has commanded, and His Spirit has gathered them together. A little bit there about read from the book. Isaiah's been commanded to write this stuff down. If it's written down, we can revisit it. If it's written down accurately, we can revisit it and see it in all its accuracy. And it's recorded forever. People could go back and check on the veracity of the word. What did I say about the prophet? What he says comes to pass. God's had it written down so we can go back and check on it. And it's God's intention. The Lord's commanded it, and His Spirit, agency in the world, is ensuring that it happens. Now, God's Spirit is a life-giving Spirit, but He's also the fire of judgment. Are you following me? Life for death is in the power of whose tongue? God's tongue. It's amazing, isn't it? Okay. How are we doing? You still with me? Yeah. Not switched off yet. Okay. Let's get to 35 then. Get to the good news. That's good news! Hallelujah! There's good news. Yeah. Talked about the curse. Now we're looking at the blessing. Okay. So now we're looking at this wilderness. This wilderness and the dry land shall be glad. The desert shall rejoice and blossom like the crocus. It shall blossom abundantly and rejoice with joy and singing. Glory of Lebanon shall be given to it, the majesty of Carmel and Sharon. See the glory of the Lord, majesty of our God. So let's just have a look. It's the wilderness at the moment. Yeah. It's barren. It's not producing anything. It's void of life. Have you ever seen those pictures that sometimes come up? This barren wilderness everywhere, and suddenly there's a rainstorm. Everything that's been lying dormant brings life, and suddenly, in a matter of a couple of days, because there's sufficient water, everything grows and produces flowers and stuff, and it's a beautiful flower field. That's the picture, isn't it? Yeah. Actually, the wilderness is our life before we knew Jesus. It's not producing anything that brings glory to God. It's just producing thorns and thistles. It's full of wild creatures, like we've just been listening to, isn't it? They're in control of our lives, whereas we're not in control of it. Not producing good things that God wants us to produce. Now we get the picture of what our life could be in Jesus. He's the one who speaks life to the barren, to the wilderness, and reshapes it and reforms it. Yeah. Jesus said, I have come that you might have life and have it more abundantly. You're catching the picture? Yeah. It's wonderful, isn't it? Wilderness and the dry land shall laugh. Desert shall rejoice and blossom like the crocus. It shall blossom abundantly. Rejoice with joy and singing. The joy of the Lord is our strength. Hallelujah. There's worship there. It's wonderful. All the glories of the surrounding lands will be as nothing. Now, we could take this as spiritual, couldn't we? But actually, this is going to happen. Now, a few years ago, Alice and I 37 years ago, we went to Israel. And we drove down the plain of Jezreel. And the plain of Jezreel is central Israel. So you drive down from Galilee in the north, Carmel in the north, and you drive down southwards towards Jerusalem. And the plain of Jezreel was in 19, before the emergence of the state of Israel in 1948, the plain of Jezreel was barren. It had a few Bedouin herdsmen roaming on it, farming goats. It wasn't producing anything. But if you drive down the plain of Jezreel today, you'll see crops everywhere. A wilderness has become, in 50 odd years, an absolute breadbasket. Provided all sorts of crops. They grow bananas there. Bananas shouldn't grow there, but they grow there. Grow them in plastic bags. But they should grow there because there's supposed to be no water, but there is water there. And actually, the Israelis are leaders in irrigation in the world, so they transport their irrigation technology to places like India and Africa and stuff like that. They're the leaders in it. The plain of Jezreel was a wilderness, has blossomed like the rose. Now, I don't know if you know this, but Israel is about the size of Wales. It's only small. But when you read Scripture, Commonwealth of Israel, let's say, when God returns, about 5 times bigger than what the territory they're encompassing at the moment. Part of the territory that's talked about is into the land of Assyria, or what we know as modern day Iraq. Babylon is in Iraq, up to the north. Between Israel and Babylon is pretty much wilderness. This is the area that God's talking about here in this scripture. To be part of Israel. What? You can't say that. Well, it will. Because it's already established. God's going to do it. We don't know how He's going to do it, but He's going to do it. And already, people have returned to Israel, haven't they? Since 1948. The redeemed of the Lord, as it were, have returned to Israel. But still, a lot of other Jews out there in the world have never returned. God's got to bring them to return as well. We don't know how He's going to do it. Okay. This is the picture. These are the things that God's going to do as He returns. Yeah? Okay. And it says this: strengthen the weak hands and make firm the feeble knees. Say to those who are of a fearful heart, be strong, fear not. Behold, your God will come with vengeance, with recompense of God. He will come and save you. So he's returning to the prophetic, making a very strong prophetic declaration with the enemy at the gates. Remember from a few weeks ago, the enemy are at the gate, but he's saying, no, don't fall for that. God will deliver you. Are you hearing me? We're going to find out in the coming weeks how He does it. It's history to us, still future, when He's bringing this word to the people of Jerusalem of His day. Okay? And it says, recompense is coming. Those who I've used to judge Israel so far will find that they'll reap what they've sown. That they'll be treated in the same way, in a couple of weeks' time that they are, treated in the same way as they've treated you. And they'll go back the way they came, without having taken Jerusalem. Wait for the next exciting. Behold, your God will come with vengeance, with the recompense of God. And the justice has got to be seen to be done. God's going to show the wicked don't get away with it as an encouragement to walk the path that He's going to talk about in a few seconds. Somebody just walked in. Somebody just want to go and see how they're doing? People wandering about. And it says, the eyes of the blind shall be opened, and the ears of the deaf stopped. Then shall the lame man leap like a hart, and the song of the dumb sing for joy. For water shall break forth in the wilderness, streams in the desert. Burning sun shall become a pool, the thirsty ground springs of water. The haunts of jackal shall become a swamp, grass shall become weeds and rushes. It says, and a highway there shall be. Okay, what's going on? Right, and a highway there shall be. And it shall be called the Holy Way. Okay. Right. Let's just unpack that a little bit. What does this sound? These few verses: the eyes of the blind, the ears of the deaf will stop. A man leap like the hart. Song of the dumb sing for joy. What does that sound like to you? Come on. All right. We've already said that Jesus is hidden, haven't we? In the midst of these chapters. This is the ministry of Jesus, isn't it? Yeah. It's also a picture of what God does for us when we come to know Jesus. He opens our eyes to spiritual revelation. He opens our ears to spiritual revelation. And we're no longer deaf and blind to the things of God. We suddenly begin to see. Yeah. And what does the hymn say? I once was lost, now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. What's the difference? Knowing Jesus. Okay. That's a picture. Practically, you can find a miracle. Jesus does all of those things, isn't it? Yeah. He opens the eyes of the blind, puts the clay on them, spits on them, and then says, wash. And when the clay is washed away, the blind man sees. He opens the ears of the deaf. Yeah, he heals the deaf man. Lame man, like a hart. Yeah. We can back that picture of the friends lowering the man through the roof into the room with Jesus. He's lying on his bed, can't get up, paralysed. And Jesus says to him, take up your bed and walk. I bet he did more than take up his bed and walk. I bet he leapt and praised God. And there's other pictures, other stories of God doing those things again. The dumb singing for joy. And it says, for water shall break forth in the wilderness and streams in the desert. This is a picture of the life-giving power of the Holy Spirit. Yeah. Suddenly where there seemed to be barrenness, dryness, the Holy Spirit springs forth and brings forth life. Amen. And that's one of the things we can be praying for. That's 21 days of fasting. Out there, it's like a barren wilderness, isn't it, spiritually? We need life-giving power of the Holy Spirit to come and open blind eyes and deaf ears and bring life. That picture in Ezekiel, we mentioned him earlier, of down the mountains in the flows, brings fresh wherever it goes, over the valleys and over the fields. The river is rushing and the river is here. It's the picture of the Spirit of God in Ezekiel going out from the temple under the doorpost, and it says wherever it goes, it brings life. You know, the sea springs up by its banks, this fish in the water, wherever it goes, it brings life. And that's the picture that we're getting here. Then it says, a highway, verse 8, shall there be. It shall be called the Holy Way. The unclean shall not pass over it, and fools shall not err therein. You don't want to be a fool, you want to be wise. Yeah, we talked about that the other week. No lion shall be there, nor shall any ravenous beast come upon it. They shall not be found there, but the redeemed of the Lord shall walk there. Okay? The redeemed shall walk there. We're getting two pictures here. Getting a picture of redeemed coming back from Iraq, from Babylon. That's yet future days of Isaiah. They're going to come back on a highway. What's this highway? Well, you don't build the highway in a desert. They didn't, in these days, they didn't build roads in the desert. Camels were caravans, weren't they? Camels, they transported things across the desert. They didn't build roads, they weren't required. But now, this is no longer desert. God's going to make a way for them to come back. Yeah. Talking about the redeemed of the Lord, those who come back from Babylon
into Israel. God's going to make a way for them. And we can read about that and other things in the story of Nehemiah. Okay.
But there's also the picture of a spiritual highway,
isn't there? Into the presence of God.
The picture of the redeemed coming back to Israel
is a picture of us coming back to God through Jesus Christ.
That's what they used to call, weren't called Christians right at the very beginning, We call the people of the way, or people on the way. Because Jesus said, I am the way. John the Baptist said, I come to prepare the way.
For the Lord. Are you seeing it?
So about
Jesus, this passage. Jesus is the highway which brings us back to God.
Yeah, we used to have a track, didn't we? Bridge to life.
Do you remember that track? Bridge to life. Anybody? Just me. Bridge to life.
And
it was
Bridge to life was this picture of the cross being the bridge over the chasm of sin that separates us from God. Jesus is making a way for us to come back, not to Jerusalem, but to heavenly Jerusalem, back to the holy city of God, out to Mount Zion,
of which Jerusalem is just a shadow.
being invited back.
Into the presence of God forever. Astonishing stuff, isn't it? It's all here. Okay.
And this way is protected. Nothing upon it that can harm you. No ravenous beasts or anything like that. Picture of the enemy. Satan.
Isn't it? No, peace rules and reigns on this highway. Yeah. And it's the redeemed, the ransomed of the Lord that shall return and come with praise and worship into the presence of God in Zion. That's astonishing stuff, isn't it?
It'll be foreshadowed in history
by the return of people from Babylon to Jerusalem, which is itself a foreshadowing of Jesus bringing us back to the presence of God through the power of His Holy Spirit. Amazing stuff, isn't it?
He says, excuse me, verse 10. The ransomed of the Lord shall return and come to Zion with singing. And what shall be upon their heads? Everlasting
joy. Yeah. Jesus said,
My
peace I give you, not peace as the world gives. Yeah. It's of a different quality.
Yeah,
the picture is the same. God's joy is not temporary, transient,
used by a substance or by a good time. No, it's everlasting
joy. Being in the presence of God is of everlasting value and worth. Are you following me?
The ransomed of the Lord shall return. They'll come with singing. They'll be worshipping people. Everlasting shall be upon their heads. They'll be strong. They'll live forever. These are the benefits of the cross. And they shall obtain joy and gladness. And all that sorrow and sighing shall be separated off. That's time to pass. Now we're in this eternal
glorious future that God has promised us in the new heaven and the new earth. Crackling.
You know what?
It's 2 minutes to 12.
We've come to the end of the chapter. But what a great promise. Now, just to conclude, remember we started off talking about future, our security being in
trusting in God for our future. Yeah?
As we come into
2025, let's keep
focused
in on trusting God and
standing
firmly in His Word and on what Jesus has done for us.
and
Remember, we're on the highway. We're walking with Jesus.
no weapon
That formed against us shall prosper.
We're already on that highway. We're the redeemed
of the Lord, and we have the right to say so.
We're ransomed. We've been taken out from the power of the curse and brought into
the blessing. Amen. Because of what Jesus has done.
Because
the recompense of the Lord was
poured out on
Jesus, in order that we might be bought back and bought under the blessing judgment belongs to our God. That's true. And judgment is coming. But our judgment will be to do with what we did with our blessings in Jesus, not a judgment for sin. Yeah. And we'll come into all this glorious blessing. It'd be joyful. It'd be worshipful. It'd be astonishing. Amen. Excuse me. Well, my voice holds out. We'll finish with a song. And
Anybody left
to sing it?
Does everybody go?
All right. Well, I'm going to sing it anyway.
This is a song. All my days I will sing this song of gladness, give my praise,
the fountain of delights.
For in my
helplessness you heard my cry.
waves
Waves
of
of
mercy
mercy poured down on my life.
Curse
Curse was
revoked.
revoked by Jesus, and we stand in his blessing. Amen.
All my days I will sing the song of gladness, give my praise to the fountain of delights. For in my helplessness you heard my cry, and waves of mercy poured down on my life. Beautiful Savior, wonderful Counselor, clothed in majesty, Lord of history, you're the way, the truth, the life, Star of the morning. Glorious in holiness, you're the risen one, heaven's champion, and you reign over all. I will trust in the cross as my Redeemer. I will sing of the blood that never fails, of sins forgiven, of conscience cleansed, of death defeated, and life without end. Beautiful Savior, wonderful Counselor, clothed in majesty, Lord of history, you're the way, the truth, the life, Star of the morning. Glorious in holiness, you're the risen one, heaven's champion, and you reign over all. Long to be where the praise is never ending, here to dwell where the glory never fades, where countless worshippers will share one song, and cries of worthy will honor the Lamb. Beautiful Savior, wonderful Counselor, clothed in majesty, Lord of history, you're the way, the truth, the life, Star of the morning. Glorious in holiness, you're the risen one, heaven's champion, and you reign over all.
shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May he lift up the light of his countenance upon you and give you his peace, now and always. In Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. That concludes our service. If you want to go and have some refreshments, some available in the kitchen. If you've got things to write on the sheet, feel free to do so.
To fill in.